Hello everyone, today we are looking at one of these. Probably doesn't mean much to most of you guys. It most definitely will probably not mean anything to anybody outside the UK. And if you're an old fart like me, or an old guy like me, I paraphrase. Then you probably don't remember the brand name Talkland. Now, just to give you a bit of history, in the UK back in the day, there was Vodafone as a cellular provider, and Cellnet. This is long before your T-Mobiles and your Orange and your EE and all the other brands that sort of spurred from there. But and the way the licensing worked with the cellular providers was that basically they couldn't sell phones directly to the public in their own shops. They had to resell airtime through third parties, and these third parties were called airtime providers. It's a different business model nowadays. They can sell to the public. There's third parties that can come in and muscle in on the business. It's a very different story how it was back in the day. But anyway, Talkland was one of these airtime providers, and they were one of the larger ones actually. I actually got one of my personal phones through Talkland at the time because they had really good bundle deals. You soon move away and you go direct. Why would you go through a third party when you could? Talkland were big because they had their own branded phones, and this was one of them. I appreciate the box is in real bad shape. At one time or another, unfortunately, this got water damaged. I think this is a new phone, but the box is real shitty. Pardon the French. This is what the box would have looked like many years ago. I don't actually know when these came out. I'm guessing they came out early 90s. If anybody's got any information on the TL2, which is what this phone is called, drop me a comment, because again, Talkland is one of these brands that sort of came and went and everybody kind of forgot them. There was a couple of other airtime providers which were really, really, really bad. Real poor for customer services and real expensive. And they screwed my friends over in terms of overcharging them numerous times. They're called Unique Air. And the owner made a lot of money in very illicit ways, but Talkland weren't so bad, I gotta say. So this is what the box would have looked like. I do actually think this phone is manufactured by Maxon, because I dug this out rummaging through many crates in storage, and I don't know, but that kind of looks very similar. It kind of looks very, very similar. All right, the keypad layout slightly different, but the little holes down there for the microphone and just the way, I don't know. It kind of looks very similar. But anyway, let's open this bad boy up, if I can get into the box, because this is obviously shrunk in size a little bit. As you can see with the water damage, it's not moldy, it's just deformed, I guess is what you would call it. But anyway, this is what the box looks like on the inside. Of course, this is a UK phone, so you had a nice chunky 3-pin charger, if I can get the sucker out. This would have been your 3-pin charger. Real interesting shape, that. 7.3 volts DC, 60 milliamps. That's a really odd voltage, but hey ho. What else you got? You got an arm strap, which I suppose you could reuse nowadays. And you got an antenna, which I guess you kind of have to, I don't know, we'll soon work it out. And you got the phone, obviously. And you got a nice great big battery. Now the strange thing about these phones, I'll show you guys this in a sec. This would be the battery, and this is about, actually I would say the battery weighs more than the phone, actually, strangely. Real strange, because these contacts go in here. I don't know if you guys can see that, but there's 4 little tiny holes. Try and get that in the light. Just there. And these contacts kind of slot in like so. I'm going to go ahead and do that. Before I do that though, the antenna slots in here, which I guess it just pushes in, yeah. And then when obviously the antenna is down, the battery would push the antenna into this little groove. Why they designed it like this, I have no idea. I mean, come on, look at that. That's crazy. But I guess the antenna's got to go somewhere. So yeah, this is a new phone by the looks of it. It's still got the silk screen on the thing. I'm not too sure if we would be able to power this on. I can give it a go. I've not actually played with this before unboxing it just now. I literally pulled this out about 2 hours ago. I pulled it out of storage. So, but I will plug in the charger and see if this will actually take a charge. It may be that the charger doesn't work. We'll soon find out. Hopefully the cable's long enough. So, yeah, we'll try and plug it in. Okay, so here we go. The charger's plugged in. Now, which way does this go? The notch is on the other side. All right, so it hasn't gone pop yet, which is a good sign. Whether or not this will actually start charging. Oh, well, it powers on. That's a good start. Vodafone. Now, a lot of you guys might not know, but the old analog phones, this is for ETACS, by the way, so it's analog, so you can't use it anymore. They will still display Vodafone, which was the cellular provider. Obviously, this was destined for. Even though there's no service, everybody knows there's no analog service anymore. They shut off analog cell towers in the UK back in 2001, and it's 2017 now. So come on, get with the program, people. But anyway, I'm not too sure how to work this. I guess menu and then plus or minus. So yeah, volume, medium, keypad volume, mute, backlight, system select. Oh, that's interesting. Service only. What do we do? Do we press store like on Motorola's? Let's try that again. Backlight system. Here we go. System select. So do I press 6? No. Clear. I'm not too sure how to work this out. Is there a manual? There should be a manual somewhere. Oh, there's paperwork down there as well. Let's just see if I can show you the paperwork. It shouldn't have anyone's name on it, but just for privacy and out of respect, I guess. But yeah, it doesn't look like there's any names or anything on here. So your mobile phone is connected to the Talkland messaging service. More. This is obviously a really old thing. We don't call it messaging service anymore. It's just called voicemail, people. So what else we got? Important notice, expenditure limits. Oh yeah, back in the day, guys, if you're new to the channel or if you're fairly young, they had limits on cellular bills every month. So present limit stands at £80 per month for business and £50 for. So basically, it was to stop you running up high bills. Of course, this is pre the time when everybody had inclusive airtime. You got to remember, these phones stem from an era when basically you had your service charge, your monthly service charge just for the line. And you paid that, and if you made a call, you were billed. It's like there was no inclusive airtime, basically. If you didn't make any calls, you just paid your line rental or your base rate, and that was it. If you made a call, you paid per minute on that call. My guess is that the charges were extortionate. Does it say in here if they were? I'm not even sure. Are there any other facilities I can add? It doesn't really tell me much, does it? You see how old this booklet is? The staples have actually completely rusted away. Look at that. That's crazy. That is crazy. Jesus. So this would show your bill and what you got, and then it would show you the number you dialed, the duration, and the cost. Kind of like back in the day. But nowadays everybody can't, well, most people have unlimited minutes now anyway on their cell phones, so nobody really gets bills or itemized things like that, unless you're a business and you want to account for your taxes and all that sort of stuff. But this stems from a quite an old era. They had the Nokia 2110. So my guess is this came out in 1994, because this phone came out in 93, 94. The 2110 came out, I think, late 93, and or early 94, and the 2110i, which was the improved version, slightly different antenna. That's definitely the non-I version with that antenna. Came out I think it was late 94, early 95. So if this is in there, this has got to be around the same area. I'm guessing because that's similar. That's a similar size to the 2110. That would probably have been direct competition with that Nokia. But anyway, what is Talkland? So anyway, your essential guide, and we got the manual obviously as well. Let's have a quick look in there. Charge battery. What does it tell me? It doesn't really tell me much. I would have to read through this and check it out. But answering a call, redial, charging the battery, Vodafone lock. Whole bunch of stuff there. Again, the staples are real rusty. Gives you some sort of idea how old this phone is. Of course, with the water damage as well, that would have not helped. So is there a date? Talkland International 1994. There you go. So does it say when it was printed? Sometimes it says on the back printed a month and a year. It just says 1994. So yeah, I was right about roughly about right, 93, 94. I can't really show you much else. I don't know how to work this, and I haven't really looked through the menu, but it does work. Turn lock on, ringer volume. How do you select this? Send? No. End? No, maybe not. Ringer. So maybe O2. Medium? No. I'm not too sure, quite honestly. Sometimes on some phones it's clear to select. On this phone it's obviously not. Ringer volume, it's not send, because that's making it different, and it's definitely not end. Okay, so what is it? Store? Nope. Menu. Recall? Nope. Okay, well, I'm not too sure, but anyway, any names in there? Probably not, because no entries. There we go, because this is a brand new phone. But anyway, neat thing this, it is in remarkably good condition because it's brand new. The phone actually looks like it's escaped damage from the water. The box, not so much. But anyway, pull-out antenna. If you guys are new to the channel or you're quite young and you don't know what an antenna is, it's what makes the phone talk to the cell towers. I just thought I'd throw that in. I got talked to by someone at the airport a while back on my travels. If you guys don't know, if you're not a regular to the channel, I travel quite a lot. I travel extensively, and I was out in northern Africa over the New Year's period, and I was out in Morocco and Algeria, and coming back, I had obviously landed in the UK, and there was some young customs dude, probably about 18 or 19. Never seen an old school phone. I had my MR601, which is the Motorola pull-out antenna. Is it here? No, it's not. One of these, equivalent to one of these, basically. And he saw it, and he was like, "What the heck is the stick bit?" And I had to explain it to him. It's happened before. But anyway, so neat phone. This, like I said, it's quite solidly built actually. So worth getting if you wanted a cell phone back in 1994. So, but anyway, thanks for watching. I can't really show you much else about this, unfortunately, without reading the manual, and probably not worthwhile doing. So, but thanks for watching. Give me a thumbs up as always if you like the phone of the video. Got any questions or comments? Drop me a comment. I do try and reply to every single comment. Unless it's a troll, obviously. I've had a few of them, and that's not pleasant. But the majority actually have been pretty supportive. So I really appreciate you guys dropping comments, give me the thumbs up, and subscribing as well. And of course, don't forget, I'll be announcing who gets the Samsung S7 for the giveaway in a couple of weeks, probably, when this channel has another birthday. But all about that nearer the time anyway. Don't want to give too much away. So we'll leave it at that. But thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys next week.